What's going on, fellas?
I'm good, man. Just here scrapping it with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
saluting the chef on this wonderful Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, true.
Gracias, mi amigo.
You know, Philly, y'all got a problem. You know what I mean? It's a pleasure to be here, man. Rocking with my brother Stoney. You know what I mean? Introducing, TableScrapsTV to the world.
That's what's up. I know y'all got a chance to, hear some of the conversation. What do y'all think in terms of, drugs and hip hop and drugs and rock and roll and the detriment?
I'm gonna let Stoney touch on that.
Well, man, to touch on that Lil Wayne subject, man, I believe that guy, he got a gift, man. You know what I mean? I think he a real blessed dude for him to, if he had pulled out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He a real blessed dude, man, because he can bridge the gap for the older and the younger, you know what I mean? And shit, man, people need to pay attention to what you rap about, man. You know, you mass influencing a lot of people, man, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, you might not even be a drug addict behind closed doors, who knows, man, but you got, you know what I mean?
You got the world following
you. You got a lot of people getting stoned out, man, that'll never make it to where you done made it, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You done done enough to make, you know what I'm saying? You done enough to might pop your pill there now and again, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But until you get to where that guy, you know what I mean, where he at, man, he need to be preaching slowing down instead of living so fast, you know what I mean? And, a lot of people don't tell their story.
Right.
And it's time for that guy to, you know what I mean, to tell his story, let people know where you really come from, man, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of fabrication around that way.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I mean?
And as always, with that said, y'all welcome to come see us and come sit at the table.
Yeah, and
scrap with us.
Scrap it out, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? We all endeavoring, our choice of drug, you know what I mean? Like I just got through saying, I don't like feeling out of my body.
Right.
You know what I mean? But hence the name Stoney. I do my thing, but you feel what I'm saying, though, you know what I mean?
Really, man, I feel like when it comes to drugs and hip hop, it's not something that, I won't say the drugs was a part of hip hop. I think it's more so, what drugs represent to a street, a street person coming from the street. Really, drugs for us, being 80s babies and being, coming up in that generation, it was more so a hardship,
right.
To symbolize a struggle, because really all our peers was doing it. So we was watching it from the perspective of, your mom, your man, your boys' moms are doing it, and it was more so a storytelling factor, for me more so, coming up, rapping, just, telling the story. But
so was it more like a glamorous lifestyle as opposed to?
Nah, it wasn't a glamorous lifestyle, but it made you understand that they kind of go hand in hand, more so the hustle than the use of it, because, you're not going to hear nobody saying a happy story about their moms being a crackhead or, you know what I'm saying, or glorifying that type of life. But I think what really, and nowadays, it's more so glorifying the drugs in a...
Glorifying being high.
Glorifying the drugs in the wrong sense, like how people always talking about trapping, I'm a trapper. I've never hustled anything in a perspective of feeling like I wanted to get out here and do this, you know what I'm saying? Right. I wanted to be a drug seller. I wanted to be somebody that was, standing in the freezing cold for hours. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like this is a 9-to-5 job. It was more so feeding my family and taking the next step. You know what I'm saying? And so having music being one of my biggest influences, it reached into that because it's a lifestyle story. You don't want to tell somebody something you never did. You know what I'm saying? Or something that you think is cool because you see dudes doing it on your corner, but you never actually stood out there and did that. You know what I'm saying?
If you high like that all the time, man, you never gonna get nothing done. You know
right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Man, we're gonna be real about it, man. You can't possibly be rapping about that in the drug. Man, look, man, you can't write all them songs full of it like that. You're not gonna function.
Exactly.
You're gonna fall asleep, man.
Well, I mean, everybody.
That's funny that you say that, because I was gonna say, all right, I got these 2 CDs right here. I know one of them is like a single or whatever, but like when you in the studio. And I know, like, being a former artist myself, but I'm not going to ask this because I know my answer. Now, with the herbs, did you feel that you had to have that herb before you hop in the studio?
Not necessarily, no, man. You know.
But how many times have you done it before you hopped in behind the mic in the studio?
Countless, but
Right.
it's been countless of times that I've been in there and recorded a whole day's worth of, you know what I mean, a whole album worth of songs, man, without it.
And that's what a stereotypical fact of
Right.
when you in the
Influence
studio
and
you have to
creativity.
get high.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. It is more so
Yeah.
if you already
Right.
was a a recreational drug user.
Right.
When you go into the studio, it's not more so to create, but to put you in that relaxed mode. Like marijuana to me is not a drug, versus coke, ecstasy. Molly, what they call Molly nowadays.
I mean, an artist is an artist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna take that and go in the booth because I can't perform drunk. I can't perform on a Molly. And after I get off stage and watch my footage and feel like I did the best job, or I was conscious and I gave, especially if somebody paid for me to see them, I'm not going to be on stage.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be conscious.
You're not 100%, man. When you drugged up, you're not 100%.
And we got a hard enough time being heard as it is. So it's like when you performing, your words got to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I watch Stoney perform. I watch Products perform. I watch, DMX perform, Jay-Z, like went to concerts, and none of these people seem like drugs was a part of their lifestyle jumping on stage. You know what I'm saying? Right. None of these guys has passed out, in front of me personally. I can't say for the world, but you know what I'm saying? When I look at Stoney and I look at myself, like, we not artists that's looking, from a perspective of, we gotta do drugs, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get high. It's more so like a.
But and that's the image that you get. That's the image that you get. Not only is it cool, but it's it's the thing to do to enhance your creative art, your creative ability, whatever the case. And
I think it's all a popularity thing.
Exactly. And
it's the hip hop costume.
Especially kids need to know the truth.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
And what I was saying, not to pick on Lil Wayne, man, but you know what I mean. Right now, he that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You that nigga, man. You got songs that the older people crowd, they can like that. You know what I mean? You that creative, man. So you that creative enough, man. You can make songs to the point where you know what I mean. You can enlighten a little homie, man. Lil Wayne, I believe that Lil Wayne tomorrow started doing gospel. He would have all the young homies on gospel. Plain, point and simple. He just get
he's that influential.
He's that guy.
Right now, yeah.
He's that guy.
I give him that.
He's equivalent to
we might have our next debate.
He's equivalent to a 1990s Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be like Mike. Yeah. And right now, everybody want to be like Wayne. It's just that,
Wayne Jenkins and whatnot.
It's the bandwagon effect.
Exactly.
It's that bandwagon effect. Everybody want to be part of what's new and what they feel is popping. Just like, Future and, 2 Chainz and New York radio. I'm from New York personally, grew up and raised there, you know what I'm saying? It's like listening to the radio up there, you can see how, program directors and everybody get caught up with what's hot and what's new. If you're not that dude that's making auto-tuned out tracks, you know what I'm saying? Your record is pushed to the side no matter how much work, and time you spent getting copywriting, going out here and pushing it to these people.
Cookie cutter system.
Yeah, exactly. Not knocking nobody that's on because there are dope artists that's on, you know what I'm saying, that have portray a positive image, you know what I'm saying, that we all, can learn from, and we pick and choose who we like anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the popular stuff right now, to me personally, and I feel my guy feels the same way, is not something that has as much saturation as the stuff that influenced us to do music.
Man, it's fabricated. Man.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just plain and simple.
And that is the debate right there. I mean, matter of fact, we might have to say that for the next show. We might have to definitely say that for the next show. Before we get out of here, fellas, let everybody know where they can find you, how they can tune into the movement, how to catch you on social media, all that good stuff.
I let my guy go first, man.
Well, excuse me, get the cheese on my lip. Provi, T-H-A, boss. That's Provi, T-H-A, not D-A, T-H-A, boss. And that's pretty much, you can find me on anything like that. Google me, Bing me.
He said Google him.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Google him.
Exactly.
He can be Googled. Yeah. You cannot Google twice more. What the hell is up with that? that.
Hey,
Christ born the
guess
God.
what? I did it last week. You can Google TableScrapsTV, baby.
And
That you did.
on them.
Yeah, man.
You know, and 4 albums on, four mixtapes on that. Pip working on the 5th. PFC, Johnson Bucket in. Salute to my brother, FC, first chapter out there in Tampa doing his thing. Stoney Thraxton, I'm gonna let him tell you about him, but you know, Green Tea.
Oh, wow, well. Well, shit, man, Stoney Thraxton, Green Tea Music, man. North Memphis on too, man, South shit. Shit, man, you can check me out on that TAC mixtape right there, man. It's probably the Boss Journey. It's on that pill. Shit, where else you can check me out? I'm on that 7 baby, man. You know what I mean? Just because he's alone, man. Green Tea Music. You know what I mean? Check me out on that Carrot Cake album, man.
The color green.
Oh yeah, man, the color green.
There it is.
Yeah, man, believe it, man. It's all about growth, man. You know
Freshman
what I mean?
LP, baby.
Growth and development.
Man.
These
Yes,
brothers
sir,
work
man.
hard.
Yeah, man.
work
we do,
hard.
man. We do, man. We trying to goddamn, you know. I just want to tell my story, man. You know what I mean? Straight from the middle of the hood, man. Just intellectual side of things. You know what I mean? A lot of us was deemed not to make it. You know what I mean? But I'm here.
Remember when you heard it first.
Starting in Atlanta,
And
we're gonna reach the world.
yeah,
That's real
man.
talk.
Color green. It's on that band camp, man.